A 49-year-old man has been arrested after report shots were fired at 3 locations in Liverpool, including a cinema, Merseyside police have said. It comes after a major incident was declared as armed officers launched a manhunt following the shooting reports. Assistant Chief Constable Jen Wilson called the 3 separate shootings in close proximity and quick succession extremely rare, and said it was the first time an incident of this nature had happened on the streets of Merseyside. Police said that at about 8:50 p.m. on Wednesday 3rd January, they received reports a firearm had been discharged at Showcase Cinemas on East Lancashire Road in the Croxteth area. According to reports, a man with a gun entered the cinema complex and threatened 2 members of staff in the foyer before leaving. Outside, he allegedly fired a number of shots in the air before escaping in a car. The complex was put into lockdown, with the majority of people in the cinema watching films at the time, police said. The force said no one was injured, and that while the event was not terrorist-related, it was being treated as a major incident. It came shortly after report shots were fired at a newsagent's on Lower House Lane, where a man had allegedly threatened and demanded cash from a shop assistant before firing a gun and leaving the store empty-handed, police said. The shop assistant was not injured during the incident, but was left extremely distressed. Reports of a third incident were received about 10:20 p.m. after shots were heard at a property on Malpas Road. All 3 locations are within a 3-mile radius of each other, according to Google Maps. The man was arrested early on Thursday morning on suspicion of possession of a Section 1 firearm with intent to endanger life and robbery. He was arrested by armed response officers in Fazakerley after a taser was deployed. Assistant Chief Constable Wilson said, "I can report that a 49-year-old man has been arrested following 3 firearms discharges in the Croxteth and Norris Green areas last night. Thankfully, incidents like this, involving a single offender in 3 separate shootings in close proximity and quick succession, are extremely rare, and this is the first time we have had to deal with an incident of this nature on the streets of Merseyside. The shocking and distressing impact these incidents will have had on the shop assistant, the staff at the Showcase Cinema, and those film-goers who found themselves in a lockdown situation in the complex after shots were fired outside the cinema, and the residents of Malpas Road cannot be underestimated." Shots were fired at a car in what detectives called a frightening but isolated gun attack in Salford early today, January 5th. It's not known whether anyone was in the car targeted at the time, but Greater Manchester Police has confirmed, thankfully, no one has been injured. The shooting has led to the closure of a major road in the city as forensic investigations begin at the scene. Police said the incident happened at around 4 a.m. on Friday morning at the junction of Langley Road South and Lissadell Street in Pendleton, Salford. Today, Broughton Road remained closed with a wide cordon in place. No arrests have been made. Detective Inspector Michael Sharples of Salford CID said, "This will be a frightening incident for people in the area, but we believe this to be an isolated incident with no wider threat to the public. There have been no arrests so far, and no one was injured. There are detectives in the area carrying out further inquiries and identifying witnesses. GMP has issued an appeal for anyone with information to come forward. Don't do that though, guys. Let them do their job." In a statement, the force said, "Detectives in Salford have started an investigation after it is believed shots were fired at a car. No one was injured in the incident that happened sometime before 4 a.m. this morning at the junction of Langley Road South and Lissadell Street in Pendleton. Nearby roads have been closed while forensic examinations take place. The busy road is off the A6 roundabout at Pendleton, Salford. The road's closure is likely to cause traffic delays in the area on Friday morning, as the route is used by many as an alternative to getting into Manchester city centre by Chapel Street." Detective Inspector Sharples added, "There will also be extra visible patrols in the area today and over the coming days.